Let me show y'all how to make this delicious strawberry cake with strawberry cream cheese frosting. Now we're going to pop the top off of all of our strawberries. You're going to need a quarter cup of freeze-dried strawberries and a full cup of raw strawberries. You're going to combine those into a container or bowl and blend them down until they're really smooth and basically a puree. So yeah, we're going to keep blending this down until it's perfectly smooth. Then we are going to add about 2 cups of sugar, but we're going to add it in 2 separate parts so that we can ensure that the whole puree situation is nice and smooth. This is my own recipe, by the way. I created this to have a denser crumb to the cake. If you would like it more light and fluffy, add 1 more egg white, a quarter less cup of flour, as well as about 15 to 20 minutes less of cook time. We want to add 2 teaspoons of butter to the mix. This makes it almost into a caramel versus a puree so that we can taste more of the strawberry without having to add strawberry flavoring. Though I have added strawberry flavoring to make it more intense, you want to add 2 eggs to this as well. Next, we're going to add 2 cups of flour as well as a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can add cream cheese or butter extract for a richer flavor. For an electric mixer, this will take about 5 to 7 minutes. If you're mixing by hand, it'll take about 15. I like to add about 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to all of my baked goods just because I like the taste and the results. In between every 1.5 to 2 minutes, you want to scrape down the sides. This will just ensure everything is incorporated properly. But I absolutely love this recipe because it is so easy. It is so freaking tasty, better than any store-bought, and it is so memorable. Most of the ingredients are just in increments of 2. If you really want to get into cooking or baking, just look into chemistry. This was one of my favorite subjects in high school. I took it repeatedly just for electives because I loved it so much. And I used to make my friends birthday cakes for their birthdays, and I really wish I had this recipe then because it would have just elevated everything. I was box baking, and y'all know how that's like. It's good for what you got, but it ain't this, okay? So here we're just fitting our parchment paper to our cake pan. I like to squish it down into the pan to see the shape of where I'm going to be greasing. You want to grease the whole parchment paper so no cake is sticking to that. Also have this recipe in a chiffon cake or a sponge cake if y'all would like that as well. Just let me know. By the way, we use freeze-dried strawberries in this batter so that we can get a more intense flavor without adding more water. If we add more water, the cake will need more bake time and come out drier. Next, we're going to add about a teaspoon of leavening to our batter. I like to add this after, just because I've noticed if I incorporate it completely into my mix while mixing, it does not rise the way I want it to. But anyways, we're going to scrape the sides down while we're pouring the batter into the center of the cake pan. This just ensures that all sides are equal and that you get an even bake. The total bake time for this is about 47 to 50 minutes total at 350. I like to use dark pan just because it gives me more of a crust, but you could use Pyrex, you could use a light colored pan, you could even use a cast iron. You could even steam this cake probably if you don't have an oven. But if you like more of a crust on your cake like me, then just bake it at 365 at the same time. I like to fold and roll all of my parchment edges just so that nothing gets burned and affects the cake baking. Also, y'all, don't mind my determination face, okay? I was really determined to make this perfect. We're just gonna go take it over to our oven and plop her in. Next, we're making the cream cheese frosting. You're gonna need a cup of cream cheese or 1 package of cream cheese softened. So you can let that sit out while you're making the batter for about 20-30 minutes so that it will not blend chunky with the heavy whipping cream. You'll need 1 cup of that, and you'll just blend that until it is completely smooth and almost looks like a frosting. Then we are going to add 3/4 of a cup of blended freeze-dried strawberries because if we use raw, it will cause there to be too much moisture and then you'll have a runny frosting, which we don't want. We want this to be pipeable. So once that's all blended into a powder, you're gonna add it to your mixer and you're just gonna blend until that's all incorporated. We're also going to add a 1.5 cups of sugar. After you finish that frosting, put it in the freezer or in the fridge to keep it cool. I like to periodically check my batter that's been baking every 20-15 minutes. I use the toothpick or the butter knife method, but that's been proven to not be consistent or efficient, so usually just timing it can also do the same amount of work. But look at our beautiful cake. It is so gorgeous. It is so golden. It smells amazing. I wish y'all could smell this. And it is also fresh, so you want to let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes while it cools before piping it. While it's cooling, you don't want to sit it in the fridge because it can mess up the results of your cake. Just set it in a cool area. Now we're going to pipe it. I'm just doing a random design. I'm no cake decorator. I like what I like. And this ain't gonna see anybody else's mouth besides mine, so why do I need to make it that pretty? I don't know, but you could do whatever you like to it, okay? I'm just doing it so it's edible. To get a stiffer frosting, I would add powdered sugar versus regular granulated sugar. I don't care for the powdered sugar, and in fact I don't like the texture of powdered sugar in my buttercream or cream cheese frosting. But yeah, now we have a finished cake. You can top it with sprinkles or more strawberries like I did, or whatever you like. It cuts out into a perfect cake. There is no falling apart. There is no getting hard in the fridge. It's amazing. It is delicious. It is perfect, and you can impress anybody with this cake, even if you do not have a lot of baking or cooking experience prior. But yes, please try this recipe. Please tell me if you like it. Let me know if it didn't work out for you, or if you just need more tips, or if you'd like to see this in a different flavor. But yes, y'all, if you want to see my new tabletop, let me know, because my tabletop look ratchet because I was DIYing it. But yeah, until next time.